It's the kind of political moment that gets everyone talking. A private appeal, a royal connection, and a wave of speculation. Keir Starmer has once again found himself at the center of a heated debate. Reports have surfaced that the Labour leader has made a discreet approach to King Charles III, setting off a flurry of questions, theories, and of course, political reactions. But what exactly happened? And why does it matter? At first glance, the idea of a political leader reaching out to the monarch isn't exactly groundbreaking. After all, Britain's constitutional system allows for communication between politicians and the crown. But the details of this particular exchange have sparked intense scrutiny. Some sources suggest Starmer's approach was about establishing a working relationship in anticipation of a Labour government. Others claim it was a strategic move aimed at reassuring the establishment that his leadership would bring stability, not upheaval. And then, of course, there are the skeptics who see this as nothing more than political maneuvering. For those unfamiliar, Keir Starmer is positioning himself as the alternative to Rishi Sunak's Conservative government. With a general election looming, Labour is leading in the polls, and Starmer knows that his ability to project competence, credibility, and calmness is crucial. But here's where things get tricky. Labour has historically had a complicated relationship with the monarchy. While the party doesn't oppose the institution, there has always been a lingering sense that Labour governments operate with a different set of priorities than their Conservative counterparts. So, what would Starmer hope to achieve with a private appeal to King Charles? One theory is that he's trying to preemptively smooth over any tensions that could arise if he takes office. The monarchy is meant to remain politically neutral, but as history has shown, that neutrality doesn't always mean a lack of influence. A prime minister needs to work with the king, and ensuring a productive relationship early on could be a wise political move. But not everyone sees it that way. Critics argue that such an approach, if true, raises questions about transparency. Some within the political sphere believe that if Starmer is engaging with the monarch on matters that could impact governance, the public has a right to know. Others view it as an unnecessary gesture, pointing out that Labour's focus should be on winning over voters, not reassuring the establishment. And then there's the matter of optics. Starmer has spent years branding himself as a man of principle, someone who represents a break from the perceived chaos of recent Conservative rule. But making private overtures to the monarchy could be seen as playing into the very establishment politics that Labour voters have long been skeptical of. Would such a move make him appear more statesmanlike, or would it risk alienating a portion of his base? Interestingly, the reaction to this development has been split across party lines. Some Conservative voices have jumped on the reports, suggesting that Starmer's behind-the-scenes maneuvering proves he's more of a political insider than he lets on. Meanwhile, Labour supporters are divided. Some see it as a pragmatic step, while others worry it undermines the party's message of change. Beyond the immediate political implications, this story also highlights the ongoing conversation about the role of the monarchy in modern Britain. Should politicians be engaging in private discussions with the king before they've even won an election? Or is this simply how the system works, with leaders preparing for the responsibilities of office in advance? What's clear is that this debate isn't going away anytime soon. With the next election on the horizon, every move Starmer makes will be scrutinized, analyzed, and in some cases used against him. Whether this private appeal was a smart strategic move or an unnecessary risk remains to be seen. One thing is for sure, this is just the beginning of the political chess game. And as the election race heats up, we can expect even more twists, turns, and unexpected developments. What do you think? Is Starmer making the right move, or is this a miscalculation? Keep the conversation going, and stay tuned for more updates as this story unfolds.